What's going on, everybody? This is ODC, that's me, and I'm back with another action figure review. This is my review of the New 52 Earth 2 DC Collectibles Alan Scott Green Lantern figure. Yeah, so I was actually shooting my review and not paying attention to how many reviews I've done on my memory card. And actually, my memory card was full, and the recording stopped. So I just gonna reshoot this. So my original review, I know how to start off with the figure in the package, but I had already taken them out, and I was already talking about them, and then all of a sudden the review stopped. So I'm just gonna reshoot it. That's what happened. That's why the figure's out, if you're wondering. But as far as the packaging does go, he does come in this nice windowed box display. The traditional new styling of boxing they're going with is the peeled back DC logo, and it says New 52 Green Lantern Alan Scott action figure from Earth 2. Has a picture of the figure on the side. Pick the other figures in the wave, which is Earth 2 Batman, Earth 2 Flash, and Earth 2 Wonder Woman. And then you have the Green Lantern silhouette on the other side. So that's pretty much it for the packaging. He does not come with any accessories. He was not packaged very well, and he's got QC issues, which I'm going to point out. But overall, I do like this figure. I think he was just this figure itself was handled poorly. I have seen this problem, and this is just one of the problems with this figure. I haven't seen this problem before. Rez the Collector actually had posted this on the DC Universe message boards on Facebook, and he had this hip problem too, where the hip joint actually, it seems like it's off-centered when they actually attached the clear peg here. It just seems like it's a little bit bent downward, so it's pushing the hip, and it's making the back portion of this thigh push on the butt. So if it was over a little bit, which I just think this is a bad peg, it just looks stressed a little bit, like it was just molded improperly. So this is just a quality control thing that they should have been caught. And actually, in the packaging, he didn't even have a brace. I guess you want to call a twist tie brace on this leg. It was kind of just pushed over to the side here with no twist tie. So that's a problem there. I'm probably going to try and get another one of these guys, which I probably will, since this has a problem and the leg doesn't really want to move too much. The other issue with him is, and I haven't, he's got really tight joints to the point where I'm almost scared to move the leg, and I can't stand that shit. I hate having to worry about this stuff. It really bothers me. That is a number one problem. I don't mind if a figure has stiff joints. I actually prefer it, but I want to be able to move the figure and not have to worry about him falling apart on me. So that's another letdown there. And a couple others are this paint spot here. It's like a purple paint. That is just ridiculous. And then the big one for me is this gapping issue. It seems like where the neck line attached here, where they are attaching the collar here, it just seems like it was just molded improperly, and this should have been caught. I mean, the leg, fine. Somebody could have missed on the leg, but this shit is ridiculous right here. It just seems like somebody did a piss poor job, as there's warping on top of the collar here. Yeah, I'm not too happy about that, gonna be honest with you. So when you buy these DC Collectibles figures, make sure that you check them out before. I didn't have that luxury because I ordered this guy online. So just, if you do find them in your local comic shop, give them a good, nice glance, and make sure that there's no problems, like make sure that their legs are twist tied together, and make sure that their hip joints don't have any gapping. I have asked a couple local comic shops before to take the figure out of the package just so I could take a quick look at it before, and there's been a couple times where I've caught it and I'm like, you guys should send this figure back, and they're like, thank you very much, we'll send it back, and they got a different one. So anyway, yeah, that is a big problem there. That is just horribly ugly looking. I'm not a fan of that. But other than that, let's go on to the positives. I pointed out all the negatives. Let's go to the positives. This is his new 52 Earth 2 look. I'm glad that they decided to bring back the character of Alan Scott and use him in a different story. Pretty decent. I love this design. It's a great design. It's a much different design. He's got some a little bit of armor. It looks like armor, like a chest plate here. But I really dig it as I stumble over my words here. I really dig it. Nice sculpting on the boots here. And the boots are pretty well sculpted. And all these lines in here, they're kind of like a lime green. It really helps the other two greens, which are a flat green right here on the chest, the biceps and the forearms here for the most part, and the legs, the thighs down to the boot. Those are all your traditional green color, and it's coming off a little bit brighter on camera, but in hand it's a little bit more of your traditional green. And then up top on the shoulders here, on the gauntlets and on the boots, you have more of like a metallic green, which makes the traditional green really pop and stand out. And then you have the nice lime green kind of going throughout, like the new 52 lines on the gauntlets, on the chest piece here, the shoulders and the boots. So it really makes for a nice eye catcher, so to speak, if you're looking for that sort of Green Lantern figure. I think this is a much better aesthetically, it's a much better figure than the new 52 Hal Jordan figure that we've got so far. Hopefully we get a new Hal Jordan or a Kyle Rayner down the line, or somebody. We get some more Green Lanterns for DC Collectibles, so you can kind of pair everybody up. But anyway, like I said, sculpt wise, he's great. The chest is sculpted very well. Let me just bring it in here. Chest is sculpted very nicely. Except for this, like I said, that is just putrid. But for the most part, the head sculpt is pretty nice too. Don't really have too many problems with the paint applications on the face. The hair, seems like there's a little touch of shading going throughout the hair. There's like some black shading going throughout the hair, so it does look good. And you can definitely tell the similarities in the Alan Scott face as opposed to like a Hal Jordan, or obviously Hal Jordan's not blonde, but just saying in his DC Universe Classics form. And I'll actually just bring him in real quick for a quick comparison. This being on a taller DC, one of the taller DC Universe Classics base molds, I guess if you want to call it that. He's pretty tall. He's almost as tall as the DC Collectibles version here, so pretty close there. And this being his classic look from the Justice Society. They kind of kept a little bit of an elbow rub towards the new 52 with his original Lantern look, so it is a different look from your traditional Green Lantern logo on his chest. With he's kind of always had the handle hanging off the side there. So you can still see the handle here, so it is a different Green Lantern look. But there's your comparison, and bringing him back in here. Like I said, paint apps are nice. The sculpting is pretty decent, except for, obviously this is a huge problem here. And I don't know where that paint came from. Probably just a splash probably got on there. But the warping on the top here is unacceptable. This gapping issue is unacceptable. It's just a bad sculpt job on their part. As far as the rest of the sculpting, though, his gauntlets are done pretty well. And the ring is done pretty well too. Focus. Are you gonna focus? Focus. Focus, please. There we go. As far as his articulation goes, his head does move side to side, and it doesn't really look up, kind of eye level. It does look down that much. It can do a full 360. His arms go up about that far. They go down. They can do a full 360 rotation. He's got a bicep swivel, a single bend at the elbow, which goes under 90 degrees. He also has a wrist swivel, no wrist hinge or anything like that, no ab crunch, no waist swivel. He does have T-jointed hips, which go out about that far, and they do go forward about that much. Not the best range of motion at all. It does go back, single bend at the knee. He does have a boot swivel and an ankle hinge, which looks a little off-centered to me. I'm not really digging that. And it doesn't have really the best range of motion either. So no ankle pivot. They got rid of that. They took that away. Maybe they thought that was a problem. I don't know. DC Collectibles likes to be a little inconsistent with their figures with the articulation department. In the articulation department, I should say. But still, I really like the overall look for this character. The QC issues are obviously a problem. That obviously DC Collectibles is still having a problem with that. So, I mean, if you're a Green Lantern fan, I would say grab him. I liked him enough to get him. I'm obviously going to get a new one because this one has its issues, and I'm going to probably send the person who sold it to me, comic book shop, let them know what's going on. Sorry, like fumbled my words there. But I'm going to let them know. I'm probably going to get a new figure out of it. I'm also going to send DC Collectibles an email about it, since I sent them an email about every single figure that is just needs to be fixed. Yeah, but overall, I do like this figure, so let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching, as always. Stay tuned for Earth 2 Batman, which is coming up next, and I will see you guys on the flip side.